Hello everyone, this is Casey, and welcome to my second quarter book project video. The book I did on my book project is on Warriors, The Broken Code arc, Book 2, The Silent Thaw by Aaron Hunter. This is the second book in the Broken Code story arc of the Warrior Cats series. In this video, I will be going over some key characters in the book, some of the major plot points and how they affect each character, some of the characters' best moments, and finally going over my final thoughts of this book in one easy to digest video. So, before we dive straight into the plot, let's go over some of our main protagonists we will be meeting in this book. First up, we have Bristlefrost, a she-cat from ThunderClan. Her personality is brave, sympathetic, sensitive, and very eager to be useful. Her only big character trait is that she has a really big trust in the Warrior Code, which will come into very key interest later in the novel. And pretty much what the Warrior Code is, it is a set of code, kind of like laws, that the clans must abide by to make sure that order stays and they don't collapse into a bunch of rogue cats. Next up is Rupa. He is a very sensitive cat. He often feels embarrassed about his past mistakes and wishes he wasn't so easily affected by other cats' opinions around him. One of the only reasons that he thinks this way is because of his dad named Tree. Now, for some background, Tree was an outsider of the clans before coming in around book 4 of the previous story arc, and is the dad of Rupa, and Rupa's mother is Violet Shine, a warrior from Sky Clan and a main protagonist from the Vision of Shadows story arc. And Rupa is a Tom, and he lives in Sky Clan. And for some more clarification, if a cat's name ends with a paw, like in Rupa, they are an apprentice. If their name ends with a kit, they are a newborn kitten, not able to do apprentice jobs, and if their name ends with a star, they are a leader of one of the 5 clans. And any other role, I'll bring up as we explore into those types of roles. And now our final main protagonist of this book, Shadowsight. Shadowsight is a Tom that lives in Shadow Clan and is a medicine cat. And a medicine cat is pretty much a doctor for each clan. There can be 1, 2, or maybe even 3 in some cases. It's pretty much their job to heal any cats that may be injured in any accidents or in any battles they may have gotten out of with other clans. In terms of his personality, he is nervous with little faith in himself. He just wants to be normal like his leader mates. He wonders if he is the reason for Star Clan's silence, and he has trouble understanding the visions and the seizures that come with them. Now there's a bit of explaining to do here. You may think Star Clan is just another clan, since obviously they kind of have the same name like other clans. Wrong. They are kind of like the gods of this universe. They share visions to the clans through the medicine cats. So it is another role of the medicine cat to make sure that they can describe any vision that they may have to the clans. Now, at the beginning of this story arc, Star Clan has been silent for no reason. We don't know why, and Shadowsight has been the only one to get visions. Now, it is likely to believe that some of these are fake. Not all of them, but some of these. We don't know exactly what these visions will mean later, but it was precisely one of these visions that led to a big kicking off point of this second book. Now that's pretty much it for Shadowpaw, Shadowsight, and all the characters' background. Now, time for the main point of this video, the plot. Now, since each of the main characters kind of have their own plot point that feed over into a bigger plot line, I'll be going over each of these characters' involvement in this book, one by one. Starting with our friendly ShadowClan medicine cat, Shadowsight. Shadowsight was praised for the cat getting the vision to save ThunderClan's wonderful leader, Bramblestar. But after the healing, Bramblestar began to act weird, saying the cats that broke the warrior code must be punished, even though there's so many of them. Only a few were listed as the ones that broke the code, the big offenders, even though some of those cats broke the code many moons ago. Moons being 1 month in our time, and some being over 20 moons ago, meaning almost 2 years. Bramblestar keeps getting more and more angry as this book goes on, for no reason entirely. This is a complete 180 from the normal passionate and cool-minded Bramblestar that ThunderClan knows. And he keeps getting more angry and angry until he threatens exile for the cats that broken the code entirely. Now, this is the main plot of the book. Bramblestar getting more angry and angrier, and our main three trying in their own ways to try and stop Bramblestar and to overthrow him. Now, that may sound a bit like bad guy motivations, but you'll understand once we get into more of this plot. Now let's get back on track with the cat that probably played the least amount in this book, Shadowsight. Now, Shadowsight didn't really do much this entire book. Shadowsight did reveal the list of cats that supposedly broke the code. For example, Squirrelflight, Bramblestar's mate, Jayfeather, and Lionblaze, some of ThunderClan's best warriors and medicine cats, and Bramblestar's own kin, Twigbranch, which is Violet-Shine's sister, Tree, Rupaw's dad, and other cats such as Mothwing, the RiverClan medicine cat, and a few more. Now, Shadowsight didn't know this, but this caused Bramblestar to go turn on the Codebreakers and send them away to plead their guilt away. And at the end of the book, Shadowsight was attacked by some mystery cat running after his mom, Dubwing, who was sent to atone but hadn't come back. We still don't know who this is, considering this is only book 2 of a 6-book series. And we don't know what the fate of Shadowsight is, so let's hope he's okay by the time book 3 rolls around. Now moving on to Rupaw. Rupaw probably is the main character of this book, considering he is on the cover of the book and plays the most important role. Now, I didn't mention something about Rupaw's character during the character section, since I didn't want to reveal this. Now, for any of the keen lookers, in the description, it said that Rupaw has the power to see one cat of a ghost, or one ghost of a cat, like his dad Tree, who can see pretty much every single spirit. But Rupaw is special. He can see the ghost of Bramblestar. Now, later on in the book, Rupaw does figure out that an imposter has taken over Bramblestar's body, or that's what the theory is right now. We don't know who this mystery cat is, and all we do know is that they are a villain from a previous book. And since there's been so many books and so many villains, we do not know who is that right now. It is then Rupa's job to transfer messages from the real Bramblestar, who is stuck as a spirit, and try to convince other cats to rebel against him and overthrow him. They still don't know how they're gonna get Bramblestar back into his body, though. They'll have to figure that one out. And a bit later, after Rupa figures this out, he yells at Bramblestar at a gathering, which is where all 5 clans gather to discuss information, and Rupa is invited into a secret group of cats called the Resistance. Pretty much a group of cats that disagree with Bramblestar's harsh ruling of the Warrior Code and wants to overthrow him. This includes some of the code breakers, such as the ones in ThunderClan, some important medicine cats, and even an entire clan, which is Shadow Clan. And that is it for pretty much Rupa's involvement. He plays a very big role in this book, and we'll have to see how he evolves in later books. Now on to our final main character, Bristlefrost. She takes a very interesting role in this book, initially acting as Bramblestar's agent by having her initially lead patrols when Scrollflight was meant to do that before, and now Bramblestar's having her do it. A bit later, he also has Bristlefrost start spying on other clanmates and report them for breaking the code, which makes her clanmates lose a lot of trust in her. But eventually, she doesn't have any idea of what Bramblestar is actually trying to do. And this makes Bristlefrost sound like a bad guy, but she isn't. She's just clouded by her passion for the Warrior Code. But about the time Rupa gets invited to join the Resistance, Bristlefrost breaks out of this mindset and joins the Resistance at their first meeting, and joins them as a double agent in ThunderClan. She's gonna report anything that will happen in ThunderClan back to the Resistance and the Shadow Clan. And that's the major plot of this book. It may not be much, but as I said before, it's book 2 of a 6-book series, so the plot won't reach its climax to late book 5 and book 6. Now, for my final review of the entire book. I thought this book was a really good installment in the Broken Code story arc for Warrior Cats. Its characters and plot was good overall, and I'm very excited to see where this new story arc heads. Now, that is it for my second quarter book project video. I hope all of you enjoyed this, and I hope it was good enough for Miss Graham. But anyways, this has been Casey, and I hope you enjoyed my second quarter book project video. Goodbye.